happy friends. It's Kim back from Making Creative Memories in Time, and I have a little different video for you today. This is not a process. I am coming on to share with you that I am so fortunate to have created the Creative Memories Copper Canyon 2 project recipe. I'm going to pause right now and insert a picture of the finished project and a picture of the project recipe. And then I will come back, walk through this beautiful paper collection, show you the pieces I used, show you the actual layout I created, and talk about why I loved this design. So, and if you would like a printable copy of this project recipe, it will be linked in my Facebook group in the description down below. Didn't you love that? I absolutely love the project recipe that I created. I am a very linear designer, and not only am I linear, but I like clean design. Now, for those of you who have followed me for a while, you know that I like to get a little messy sometimes with ink, but for this particular project, I really wanted a clean design. So real quickly, let's look at the papers. These will be linked down below also. So this is called Copper Canyon 2, and it is just this gorgeous color palette of beige, almond water, dark sea green, a new color for us called caramel, and hot fudge. So this is just a look at what all of the papers are. I have pulled one sheet of each paper that's in the collection, and then I'm also going to identify which papers I use. So this is a gorgeous island water, and it just has this visual texture to it. I think this paper is scrumptious. There's some high and low spots in there. I just love it. The reverse of that is this beautiful, this could be like a beach. I absolutely love this paper. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to have to purchase myself another pack because I could see me using this for some of our destined photos. Not necessarily like the stickers don't give a beach vibe, but this paper gives a beach vibe, right? So I'm going to leave this one out because I did use this on my project recipe. This one is gorgeous. This just reminds you of what the sand looks like as the wave washes back out into the ocean. Love that visual texture. And the reverse of that is just this beautiful, very soft, it's like a very minted version of almond water. Love that. This one is like that marble, but also reminds you of at the shoreline when the water meets the sand and washes back out to sea. Love that. Just gorgeous paper. The reverse of that is just this like beige with water spots in it. I think that is so gorgeous. And then you have this very dark sea green that is almost like a texture, like texture paste. Love that. The reverse of that is this very rich hot fudge with some hints of caramel. Love it. Then you have this copper patina page. This is absolutely stunning. I love this paper so very much. I love it. You've got these very dark, rich chocolate, hot cocoa in there. And then you've got these more golden, bronzy caramel colors along with this island water patina. I love this. Like, this is exactly what copper looks like as it ages and patinas. And then you have this beautiful, this is almost like, this is a very copper color, right? I love this. And it's almost like dried clay. I love this piece. So, on the design I'm getting ready to show you, I used either front or back of these two pieces of paper. Matter of fact, I used this piece, this side. and this piece. And we're going to talk about these on this layout. So I'm going to do a close-up and then I'm going to zoom out. So this is the left page of my design. And I'm just going to pull up. I created this little triangular element here. This is the gorgeous Ornate Ripples border punch. And when I say gorgeous, I do mean gorgeous. And then I cut some strips of this copper paper to back behind that, just for a cute little element to make it pop. There is that sort of clay copper. We'll talk about these stickers in a minute. And that very dark, heavy patina paper, that's this bottom piece of paper here. Another one of those punches, another little triangular element there. And then this is the right page. Let me let you take a peek at that, and then we'll zoom out and lay them side by side. And then I created that visual triangle there. Let me zoom out for you, friends, so you can see these side by side. So I have that visual triangle here, but then I let a embellishment cluster and title happen here. So you've got movement like this that pulls your eye across the page, and that was very important to me when I designed this. Again, you can see that very clean, linear feel that I have to this. That doesn't mean that I could not pull in, and I think for this particular page, if I recreated this again, I would either use the rich cocoa for a little splatter effect in each of the clusters, or I would probably even do a sampling of the potter's clay just to make sure it didn't have too much of a red or orange undertone. But I could also, to recreate this, I could also see myself not heavy, but just a few splatters, controlled splatters, in and around these elements. I talked about this layer of stickers. Let's look at the stickers. So what I love about these stickers is you have some really big title elements, and I love that. If you know me, you know I love some big elements on a page, especially titles. So this one was capturing life, and that's what I used. You've got this right now, hello, loving this moment, simply perfect. You have all these options for titles or subtitles, and I love that they're a little bit larger. You have, look at these gorgeous trees, friends. Oh my gosh, I love these. Now, I designed, and I'll pull that and show that too. I'll pull that and show that. I designed some sketches for the September virtual crop, and I used these on that. Here's the camera that I used in this cluster, and then just some of the different little icons. And then here are the stickers. So this is that scallop, like a gradient scallop, and then you have this like chevron out of the island water and the dark sea green. And those two stickers are what I used to create this linear element between these two paper strips. Absolutely loved everything about this, and I was so happy that I got to create this project recipe for Creative Memories. And the only thing that I want to say is when I scrapbook this for my personal scrapbooking, you guys know me and you know I love that added white mat under the photo to separate the photo from the photo mat. In a project recipe, Creative Memories likes a certain number of paper cuts and a certain number of guides. But I do want to say, if you are like me and you like to add in a white, either 1/8 or 1/4 inch mat, you totally can do that. I love everything about this, and I hope you do too. I hope you leave a comment and tell me what you think about this project recipe creation. Now, let me show you. I already showed you what the paper looks like, so let me show you. I also got the opportunity to use this same paper, these same stickers, and that same punch to create a sketch for the virtual crop. Now, I had all intentions of coming on here and showing you what those sketches look like, showing you the pages that I created, but I had to work all weekend and I just did not get the time or opportunity to come here and create a video for you. While it's too late to submit your creation for the prize drawing, you could still totally submit your sketch creation in the Creative Memories virtual crop group, and I will link that down below. But this is the same paper collection, just creating a different layout. And so what I did here is I used that same punch. This time I used it on that rich patina paper. Let me pull that patina paper out. I used the punch on this paper and I cut it in half so that I had this dark at the top and the bottom to immediately pull your eye into the paper. I topped that off with a piece of that copper sort of clay paper. It just finishes that off nicely, but I use that sort of sand and that pale mint behind the photos, because what do we want to do when we design or create scrapbook pages? We want our eye to immediately go to the photos. Had I used, and it doesn't mean you can't, there's not a right or wrong, had I used more of the dark, these really deep dark tones behind the photo on the base page, that would have meant that my photo didn't have as much visual separation, and it would have, the photos would have been competing with the paper. So just a little bit about my thought process and design. So I chose the lighter shades in the paper, letting the dark, oh, there is another sheet. Did I not show you that sheet? Hang on, friends. There is another sheet. It has a really pretty, like, oh, here it is. There's another sheet I didn't show you. Shame, shame, Kim. Shame, shame. So this one was like a watercolor, deep sea green. This reminds me of like when I was on my cruise and how the water started changing colors. And then the reverse of that is just this gorgeous copper color. Like, it's like a sponge effect. So this is the piece that I used on the sketch creation to map my photos. And because this is a little rich, warmer, it's going to help separate those photos from the paper. And then I used this piece as just a little base, if you will, a ledge, so that the photos could rest and didn't appear to be floating on the paper. And then I used that tree element and it loving this moment, and again, visual triangle. Visual triangle. So that was one of the sketches, and you could actually go to the Creative Memories virtual crop group on Facebook. That will be linked down below. And this is virtual crop 3 September. This is that sketch that I created. And then while we're here, let's go ahead and look at the other sketches that I created. Again, I had all intentions on sharing this with you over the weekend, and I just didn't. I was busy. I worked. Sorry. So this is using the collection Grateful Harvest with the tailgating embellishments. And when I created for Creative Memories, they wanted it with just white cardstock instead of photos, and I've not had a chance to print photos and put on there yet. But when my nephew played football, we got to go to a tailgate his senior year, and so that's what will happen on here. And so this is sketch number 2, and this is a picture of the sketch that I created. And then sketch number 4, I used our Croptoberfest accessory pack collection. Have a little bit of adhesive there. And the embellishments, and I used the, I can't get to it real quickly. We have a chrysanthemum punch, and I used it to create scatter elements. And here is a picture of that sketch. Again, I will have a link to the virtual crop group. Now, this is too late for prizes, but you can still go there, create these pages, and you need to hashtag them. And then Noreen created Virtual Crop Sketch 1. I'll show you that one. You can participate, and then you just CM Virtual Crop 1, September 2025, or 2, or 3, or 4. And let me speak a little bit about what I did on this one. On this one, I did some page distressing with closed scissors. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to pop on. I told you it was a little bit different. I wanted to share that project recipe because I hope you will create with that project recipe. And if you do, go to my Facebook group link down below and drop your creation of any of these into that group so I can see how you were inspired to create, either with the virtual crop sketches or with this project recipe that I created. And I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of insight into my brain as I design, my thought process, and just some of the wonderful things that I have recently been creating for and with Creative Memories. And look out, I have another wink wink amazing project. I will share more about that in a few weeks, but I have something else I have created that is just fabulous. So that's all I have for now, and I will be back this coming weekend with, or as I get closer to the weekend, I will be back with some more projects for you. And until next time, friends, happy scrapping!